What's going on YouTube? This is Cree. Today we are talking about Blue Eyes and specifically why it's going to be a real deck in the format. Specifically the Primite version. So as you can see, we have, oh my bad, we have Aether Barrel, Lordly Load, Drill Beam. This is going to be like a $300 package, but the mileage you get out of it in the Blue Eyes deck is kind of absurd. So I made this little flowchart here like they do in the structure decks because I thought it'd be helpful to have a visual aid here. So one Aether Barrel sets the Lordly Load, which adds the Drill Beam to hand, which is a targeting banish of any card on the board. If you reveal a Primite monster in your hand, a normal monster in your hand, such as Blue Eyes White Dragon, or if you just control Blue Eyes White Dragon, or any normal monster, I guess, because we are not summoning Imperial Dragon. Maybe if Blue Eyes becomes like that deck, we'll talk about playing Imperial Dragon, but for now, we're not going to do that. So that's just what happens when you summon Aether Barrel. Same thing with Load. Load gets you the barrel, which gets you the Drill Beam. This is like ideally you open one of these two cards in your hand, so 6 cards out of the 40 to 42. And Aether Barrel gets you to your Spirit, which gets you to your Mausoleum, which will dump your Blue Eyes. Lordly Load brings back the Blue Eyes, link it off with the Spirit into your Seal. Seal's Pass is unironically real, and this is off one card, so you can Seal's Pass with your Drill Beam set, a Blue Eyes in graveyard, and then 4 non-engine cards in hand, which is where the strength of the deck really comes from, is the non-engine. As you can see here, 1 Spears in the end phase, or when it tags out, gets you the Magma, which in the end phase tags you into Jet, or either adds Jet to hand, or adds Neo Kaiser Seahorse to hand, which I personally am a fan of playing one of, or it gets you another Aether Barrel, or you could seal into Jet Dragon. And Jet Dragon by itself, with that opening hand specifically, because you already have Blue Eyes in graveyard, it's going to be a pain in the ass for your opponents out. Because there's been a lot of games I've been playing, as you guys have seen on the channel, where just I pretty much should have lost that game, but I get carried back into it by the Jet Dragon, which is kind of insane. And then, of course, you have your Spears, you have your Drill Beam for Spell Trap removal, which is honestly what I've been using it a lot more of for. Being able to stop things like Triple Tactics Talents, Thrust, or just against other rogue decks or other Blue Eyes decks, being able to hit the True Light in the mirror match kind of seals their fate, because Maiden can only pull it from deck, hand, and graveyard. So yeah, Seal's Pass off of those 2 cards gets you 4 cards, non-engine in hand. If you have Dominus Purges, obviously you're going to want to play those, but this is really all you're going to need. So, in a sense, Blue Eyes is a real deck, despite what some people on YouTube are saying, some people online are saying. It already has its tops, but this is mainly off of the back of the Primite engine, so if you don't have the Primite package, I wouldn't necessarily recommend playing it. And of course, if you don't want to do the Seal's Pass stuff, you can always do the Crimson Dragon stuff by ending on Ultimate Spirit Dragon and start a Cypher Dragon. It's pretty worth it, just because you could do it off of Aether Barrel and either Maiden or Sage. It's easier to do with Sage. But this is your end board off of just those 2 cards, so then you're still going to have 3 non-engine cards in hand. Pretty strong if you don't get nibbed, but if you do get nibbed, you can just Lordly Load back to Blue Eyes White Dragon, then you still have your Drill Beam that is alive, and then 3 other cards in hand. So, pretty good, all things considered. And so here's a sample deck list. Primate Blue Eyes. We already have topping deck lists, so you can take this one with a grain of salt. I'm a weirdo, I like playing Ultimate Fusion. And then you just have 15 non-engine cards, 16, I can do math. If you count the Bestial Magnamut, your sideboard is going to be tailored to whatever events you're going to, and then your extra deck is going to be tailored to your liking. And if you're a budget player, I do have a budget build of Blue Eyes here. Let's move that over a bit. Where this is all just 3 structure decks thrown together, then you have to add Drolls, 3 crossouts, 2 triple tactics, because this build is basically going to speed run the Ultimate Spirit line, because you're just going to want to end on double Spirit Dragon, so you can tag out into Ultimate Spirit and then the Zero Eyes, or just tag out into both of them during the end phase, so to protect each other. Really nice. The only non-structure deck cards that are going to cost a lot of money are going to be the Talents, because Talents are like 12s a piece at the cheapest. Crossouts are going to be like 4 to 5s. These guys are like pretty much somewhere between 20 to 50 cents a piece. Anima's like $4. Like, yeah. So if you're really trying to play it on the budget, this is what you're going to be looking at if you don't already have these non-engine staples or non-structure deck staples. But with that being said, y'all, Like the video, found today's content entertaining, helpful, and informative. Subscribe if you have not already. Comment down below what version of Blue Eyes you're playing, because I'm going to be real. If you're not playing the Primite version or the budget version for budget reasons, just wait for the Primite stuff to get reprinted. And as always, until next time, have a good time.